So hello dear friends, today we are going to continue the topic which we were studying prior, that was muscles of mastication. I hope by this time all of you must have read that muscles of mastication. Now in that region only the important part is a nerve and an artery. So we are going to continue with these two topics, that is maxillary artery and mandibular nerve. तो mandibular nerve के पहले हम देखते हैं maxillary artery. So as all of you know, this maxillary artery, this is the major artery of infratemporal region. Also you know that this maxillary artery, this is a terminal branch of external carotid artery. There are two terminal branches of external carotid artery. This is an external carotid artery, this is an external carotid artery, and there are two terminal branches. That is, first one is superficial temporal, this one is superficial temporal, and this one is maxillary artery, and this one is maxillary artery. So this is the terminal branch of external carotid artery. So here in this diagram you can see this external carotid artery, and this external carotid artery is giving its two terminal branches. You can see here, this one is superficial temporal, and this one is, as you can see here, this is maxillary artery. This one is maxillary artery. So now this maxillary artery, this is divided into three parts. This is divided into three parts, and with the help of this muscle, you can see here, this is lateral pterygoid muscle. This is the upper head of lateral pterygoid muscle, and this one is the lower head of lateral pterygoid muscle. So this artery is divided into three parts: first, second and third. So now first part, as you can see here, this first part, this is running horizontally. ठीक है, this is running horizontally forward above. तो ये वाला जो part है जो शुरू हुआ है, ठीक है, till the lower border of this lateral pterygoid muscle. This is the lower border of this lateral pterygoid muscle. This is the lower border. So यहाँ से जहाँ से start हुआ है till the lower border of this lateral pterygoid muscle. This is the first part. This is the first horizontal part of maxillary artery, and you can see the direction. This is running horizontally forwards. Okay, this is the first part. So this we have discussed that ये ऐसे lateral pterygoid muscle रहेगी, lateral pterygoid muscle का upper part रहेगा and lower part रहेगा. ठीक है, ये two heads है, upper head and lower head. Okay, so lower head पे जो border खत्म हो रही है इसकी maxillary artery की, वहाँ तक रहेगा आपका first part of maxillary artery. तो ये हमने देख लिया, this is the first part of maxillary artery. ठीक है, now second part. ठीक है, सेकेंड पार्ट अब कहाँ से शुरू होगा? सेकेंड पार्ट यहाँ से शुरू होगा, फ्रॉम द लोअर बॉर्डर ऑफ दिस, फ्रॉम द लोअर बॉर्डर ऑफ दिस हेड, दिस लोअर बॉर्डर. ओके, एंड दिस इज रनिंग अपवर्ड्स, and this is running upwards till the upper border of this lower head. So this is the second part. This whole is the second part. Okay, this is the second. तो first part हमने यहाँ से यहाँ तक देखा. This is the first part. This one is the second part. The artery is still running forward, और lower border से वो कहाँ आ गई? Upper border में. किसके head पे? This is the lower head. This is the lower head, and this is the upper head. Now you can see the artery is passing in between both these heads. ये दोनों heads के बीच में से pass हो रही है. So that is the third part. That is the third part. And then this artery is entering into pterygopalatine fossa. Then this artery is entering into pterygopalatine fossa. So these are the three parts of this maxillary artery. First part, second part, and third part. So by this, it is clear that it is the lateral pterygoid muscle. On the basis of that lateral pterygoid muscle, this artery is divided into three parts. This artery is divided into three parts. Okay, three parts में first part हम देख चुके हैं, then second part, then third part. And we all know the maxillary artery. This is a continuation of, or the terminal branch of, external carotid artery. So this we have seen the division, first part, second part, and third part. So maxillary artery is having three parts. The maxillary artery is having three parts, and it is a continuation of external carotid artery, and it is a continuation of external carotid artery. So in short, you can see here that it is divided into three parts by a lateral pterygoid muscle, कहाँ से स्टार्ट हो रही है? दिस इज वन ऑफ द टर्मिनल ब्रांच ऑफ एक्सटर्नल कैरोटिड आर्टरी. इट इज स्टार्टिंग एट नेक ऑफ मैंडिबल, नेक ऑफ मैंडिबल. और कैसे कंटिन्यू कर जाती है? इट कंटिन्यूज एज स्फीनोपैलेटाइन आर्टरी. ये हमें नोज में देखने को मिलती है. सो दिस कंटिन्यूज एज स्फीनोपैलेटाइन आर्टरी. देन हर एक पार्ट के ब्रांचेस होती हैं. सो वी आर हैविंग ब्रांचेस फ्रॉम ईच एंड एवरी part. So before discussing here in the tabular form, we are going to see the diagrammatic, pictographic representation. So ये first part है. This is the first part. Okay, this one is the first part. तो ये जो हमें पहली branch दिख रही है, we can see here, this is deep auricular artery. This one is deep auricular artery. Can you see here? This is arising at this upper level. And it is going towards external auditory canal. ये जो opening है, किसकी opening है ये? External auditory canal. So this is your deep auricular artery. Auricle is related with ear. Auricle is always related with ear. Auricle is related with ear. Okay. So deep auricular artery, it is related with ear. Auricle word is related with ear. Now second, we can see one more branch. This is anterior tympanic branch. This one is anterior tympanic branch. Okay. Now this tympanic branch. Okay. Now this tympanic branch. So first branch we have already discussed, that is deep auricular artery, and second we are talking about this that is anterior tympanic artery. अब external ear के तीन parts होते हैं. ठीक है. पिन्ना, ये जो आपको दिख रहा है, this is पिन्ना. इसके अंदर जो hole है, that is external auditory canal. और कैनाल के बाद आता है आपका टिम्पैनिक मेम्ब्रेन. तो उसी टिम्पैनिक मेम्ब्रेन को ये ब्रांच सप्लाई करेगी, दैट इज एंटीरियर टिम्पैनिक ब्रांच. पहली हमने देख ली डीप ऑरिकुलर आर्टरी, सेकेंड वी हैव सीन एंटीरियर टिम्पैनिक आर्टरी. नाउ थर्ड वन इज मिडिल मेनिंजियल आर्टरी. यू कैन सी हियर इन द डॉटेड फॉर्म, दिस वन इज मिडिल मेनिंजियल आर्टरी. दिस इज मिडिल मेनिंजियल आर्टरी. और उसके जस्ट बगल में आपको दिख रही है accessory meningeal artery. So you can see both the meningeal arteries, they are running close by, that is middle meningeal artery and accessory meningeal artery. So we have seen deep auricular, anterior tympanic, middle meningeal, accessory meningeal, and one more artery we can see here. This is inferior alveolar artery, and this is mandibular fossa. This is mandibular fossa. So we can see how inferior alveolar artery is entering into this fossa. So we can see these branches in the first part. So first one was deep auricular, anterior tympanic, middle meningeal, accessory meningeal, and inferior alveolar artery. These are the branches. These are the branches of first part. हम अभी सिर्फ enumerate names हम कर रहे हैं. अब इन सारी आर्टरीज की देयर इज समथिंग और द अदर पिक्यूलैरिटी ऑफ दिस आर्टरीज, वो हम लेटर देखेंगे. सबसे पहले हम एन्यूमरेशन पढ़ रहे हैं. नाउ द सेकंड पार्ट इज, यू कैन सी हियर, इट इज रनिंग फ्रॉम दिस लोअर बॉर्डर टिल अपर बॉर्डर ऑफ दिस लोअर हेड ऑफ लैटरल टेरिकोइड मसल. तो सबसे पहले आपको ये दिख रही है डीप टेम्पोरल आर्टरीज. ये कौन सी मसल की तरफ जा रही है? टेम्पोरल मसल की तरफ. फर्स्ट इज डीप टेम्पोरल आर्टरी. देन यू कैन सी हियर, this is mesenteric artery. On the lower border you can see three branches. First one is mesenteric artery, then you can see pterygoid artery, and last but not least you can see buccal artery. So these are the four branches. You can see two branches on the upper end, that is both of them are supplying the temporalis muscle. So that is deep temporal artery, and below we are having mesenteric artery, pterygoid artery, and buccal artery. So these are the branches of second part. These are the branches of second part. Now the next one is third part. Here you can see it is passing beneath both the heads. ये दोनों heads के बीच में से ऐसे pass होते हुए it is entering inside. It is entering inside. ठीक है? So first one is posterior superior alveolar artery. First one is posterior superior alveolar artery. Okay. Then another you can see infraorbital artery. Another you can see infraorbital artery, and then greater palatine artery.